guys, what's up? It's Paige. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am super uber excited to do this video today because it goes down to my Virgo roots, the inner nerd, the inner bookworm that I have inside of me. As you can tell by my selection next to me, this isn't even all of it, but I love books. Books have changed my life in so many different ways, and especially these 6 books that we're going to be talking about today are the best life-changing books that I have read. They're such an amazing tool for you to learn wisdom that there's no way you could possibly say in a conversation. Like, there's just so much that you can get out of books, and so much I feel like that can be channeled from the divine that goes into books. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I make all sorts of videos about consciousness and things like this, about self-development and how to just go about your journey in a way that brings you more ease and freedom. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel, hitting that post notification bell so you know when I'm uploading next. Before I get into this though, I just want to say that all of the books that I'm referencing are going to be linked down below if you wanted to purchase them. Obviously I recommend them. So the first book that we have is Shit the Moon Said by Gerard Armin Powell. First, shout out to him. He actually started Rhythmia, which is in Costa Rica, which is a place where people go and do ayahuasca ceremonies. So that is amazing, and that's kind of where this book is rooted because it's talking about his experience with plant medicine and finding his connection again to his spirit. I personally read this book after I had my own experience with plant medicine and after already going through a spiritual awakening, or honestly just starting my spiritual awakening after that. And this book, as you can see, is extremely short, and my favorite part of the whole thing is at the end. It has a cute little question and answer with him being on ayahuasca and talking to the divine. It's very helpful if you're somebody who is interested in spirituality but doesn't really even understand it or understand this connection that you should be looking for, or what you should even be looking for. Honestly, I just think that this book is a really great way to open your mind and just to dive in, dip your toes in the water a little bit when it comes to spirituality. Also shows Gerard's own story about spiritual awakening and, like I said, finding his connection to the divine and just his trials and errors. Just really shows you that you can have it all and you can have nothing, but it all comes from within. It all comes from this heart-centered space if you really want to feel the best in your life, and that's what this book really highlights. This book I read was actually an ebook, and it was The Power of Now, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I think that this book is everything. Truly, I could feel myself shifting levels of consciousness while I was listening to this book because it was so thorough. It connected all the dots, and I mean all the dots. It really explains the power of your experience and the power of now. Like the book says, I mean, it really truly lets you know that your power is always in the now. Examples in the dialogue in this story is so helpful because it really teaches you how to talk to yourself, how to talk to others, and what your relationship is actually like with the world around you. It's incredibly powerful and extremely life-changing. It helps you understand your own power, your own journey of self-development in regards to yourself and to others. So for me, out of all of these books, this is probably tied for first place for being the most life-changing book because it was so connecting to these spiritual lessons that you may understand or you may not understand, but connecting them to being in real life, the experiences that we go through in our life too. This book just added so much context to ancient wisdom that I feel like Western culture has just brushed off over the years. So this book was incredibly enlightening, and it's actually one of Oprah's favorite books. So you know what's good if Oprah likes it. Next book is This Is It by Alan Watts. If you don't know who Alan Watts is, he is somebody known for integrating the Eastern philosophies into a more Western culturized way. Also another extremely short book, but the book is super thoughtful. I love the way the dialogue and the tone is presented throughout it. Honestly, this book brought me so much peace because once again it reaffirms the power of now. This is all that we need to be focusing on, and I just felt that this book truly helped me understand the power of Zen and mindfulness. Not that the other books didn't, but I feel like this book put it together in a more integrated kind of style. If you're not familiar with Alan Watts, I recommend just looking him up. Even here on YouTube, his writings and his speakings have changed my life. Literally, they are so powerful. They're so concise too. That's another thing that I really love about his writing style. It's not a bunch of ethereal mumbo jumbo. Like, he really makes connections that are very understood, but they're also very artistic. So this book is another ebook, and that is called Unfuck Yourself. I'm sure you guys may have heard of this book, but honestly it was absolutely great. The kind of book that I wanted to give to literally everybody I know. I'm happy that I read this book later on because this book is a lot more action-based about how you can change your life and how you can, you know, alter things. But I feel like you have to come from a place of like understanding your own power, like I realized in the other books that I read beforehand, before you're able to really feel empowered by this kind of book. Honestly, this book is a complete pep talk, all about getting out of your own head and into the real world, into the real life that you want to live. This is a perfect guide for integration of all of the spiritual Zen kind of lessons that I learned in the other books. It just taught me how to just assert myself in situations and to really make the change that I wanted to see. Next book we have is also tied for my favorite book, and that is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. This book was actually recommended to me by my friend Devin, so shout out to her. But this book is all about taking your power back. It's about the power of your thoughts and your feelings and how they create different manifestations in your reality. As you can see from all of the little marks that I made, this book is extremely helpful and something that I definitely will go back on and have gone back on multiple times to read what it has to say. The book seriously dives into almost every medical condition, every physical symptom that you experience, and tells you why, what the rooted conditioning thought patterns are that brought you to experience this physical manifestation of disease. And it also gives you affirmations in order to change that physical symptom, as you can see here. If you don't know already, Louise Hay actually cured herself of cancer through this method. So there is just so much power to be learned, and this book is such a gateway to that. It really, really will open you up to controlling your own reality and to feeling like you have the power in your life, because ultimately you should. It's just something about reading a book that gives you raw, authentic ownership for yourself that is just undeniably life-changing. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. If you choose to read any, definitely recommend this one or The New Earth, because like I said, tied for first. Last but not least, we have Dear Universe by Sarah Prout. The book was actually recently gifted to me by my mom, but honestly I am in love with it. A key thing I like about this book is that it has almost every emotion you can think of under the sun, positive and negative. It tells a brief little story, either providing clarity or providing you a sense of community, feeling like you're not alone in experiencing this. It also provides a lot of clarity on why you may be feeling certain things and how you can shift your awareness into something better, while also understanding that you can accept your reality for what it is. Like You Can Heal Your Life, this book is full of many, many different meditations, affirmations that you can say to yourself, and just really tools and guides help you raise your vibration and help you understand and get through all of the different feelings that you experience. So this book has been something that I've been looking into almost daily now, and I don't regret it. Honestly, it's really inspiring, and it provides that community aspect without really having a community. Because like basically talking to a friend and hearing exactly what you need to say at all times. So 100% recommend this. I could use another friend that's smart like a book. So yes, that concludes my life-changing book series. I hope you guys like this. If you want to see more like different kind of genres or other things I have to recommend, let me know down in the comments. I like to share my opinions, so why not? But thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed to the end of the video, comment down below your favorite book. Kind of be like an insider thing for the OGs that actually watch the whole video. So stay golden, check out my Instagram and WordPress to keep up with me, but I will see you guys in a later video. Bye for now.